Hello everyone. Thanks for clicking on this video. I know you've seen the title. So yeah, I'll dive right into it. I won't keep you waiting. How did I buy a house at 18 years old, living in Canada? I live in Ontario specifically, and I know a lot of yous are maybe wondering, was it luck? Was it hard work? What's this kid's deal? So I'm 20 years old right now. I own a house, and I'm going to walk you through the story. It all starts back when I was 12 years old. At the age of 12, there is when I kind of decided, you know what, I want to start working, I want to put some money away, and I want to own a home one day. I don't exactly know why I wanted it so bad at such a young age, but I moved around a lot and I always liked the idea of the stability of owning your own home and being able to have the equity and start paying down a mortgage. And all that really interested me. I really wanted a house. So I got a part-time job. I started working. And by the time I was 14 years old and starting high school, I was working 40 hours a week. I increased that number over the next couple of years as well and kept living below my means. I wasn't partying. I wasn't out, having fun every day. I was working. I woke up. I had a coffee, ate if I had time. I went to school. I went to work. And I did that every day for years and years and years. I went months and months on end without any days off regularly. And I did that all the way through high school until I was 17, 18 years old and had put away enough money to put a sizable down payment on a home because I didn't have much of a credit score and I knew that the bank would require it. So at 17, I was kind of going through a dilemma. There was a few different career options that I was considering, and I was kind of feeling lost. I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do with my life and what direction I wanted to go to. Do I want to go to college, university? Did I want to go straight into work? I had a few options really lined up, and I had a hard time picking, but I decided to not go to college and not go to university, and instead pursue a career in the mining industry. So I started applying to some companies. I got into a job just doing waste management, sorting garbage, stuff like that. And I moved up here when I got the call and they said, hey, you're hired. So I started underground making $21 an hour at 18 years old. And it was actually a bit of a pay cut. I was making a few extra bucks an hour when I lived down south, and I was working a lot more hours. So when I moved up on my own, I did take a bit of a pay cut, but I knew in the long run it would pay off because the outlook on a mining career uh, for income, anyways, there is pretty good. So to, I guess, sum it up, at 18 years old, I had my down payment saved through working lots of overtime in high school and living cheaply and not living above my means. I didn't eat out every day. Uh, I just saved my money, really. I went to work, I kept to myself, and I put money away. And it was as simple as that. I worked a lot of hours, and that's how I was able to get the down payment. And then at 18, I had a stable job, uh, living in Northern Ontario, working underground. And then I contacted the bank. I called the bank up and said, hey, uh, here's my situation. What am I qualified for to get a mortgage? So when I called the bank, I hit my probation at my job. They gave me a raise to $24 an hour. And the bank said, if you put 15% down, you can buy a house up to $260,000 at a 4.79% interest rate. So that put me right about $1,300 a month for my mortgage. Plus, at least in Ontario, there you have some other expenses as well. You have property tax, you have stuff like heat, hydro, water tank rental, internet, your phone, you have all these extra expenses as well, but the loan itself was about $1,300 a month is what they put me at for affordability on $24 an hour. So I started looking. I looked at a bunch of houses. I put a bunch of offers in, uh, some on houses that maybe I shouldn't have because they were in rough shape. But I managed to move out of the city and live somewhere that had a little lower cost of living. And I ended up in a nice area anyways. I'm in a quiet town and I'm close to work now, and things worked out for the better. And honestly, I'm still happy to this day with my decision to purchase a home at a young age. It does tie me down in a sense that I have the responsibilities of taking care of the house and anything that breaks in the house. And this is where I'm going to go into now is I don't necessarily recommend you buy a house at 18. It can be a lot of money. Like I said, I had to put 15% down. It was a $45,000 down payment plus lawyer fees. Um, Plus I had to furnish the house. I had to buy appliances and stuff breaks. About a year after I moved in, my furnace started to quit on me during the winter, and I had to call a repairman. And my furnace ended up being a little older, and didn't last me quite as long as I expected, and that costed me $6,000 to get a new one put in. So if you're young and thinking about buying a house, just keep those in mind. Keep those things in mind, and make sure you got an umbrella when it starts to rain. That's, I guess, all I can say on that. But yeah, my trick to buying a house at a young age there was to move somewhere a little cheaper. Maybe consider a different career path. If, say, where I live, mining is a big industry. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go work in the mines and to work a lot of overtime if you can. Uh, but other than that, there was no special tricks. I didn't need a cosigner. I didn't need, anything fancy there. It was a pretty easy process, really. Nobody gave me a hard time about it. But yeah, I just worked a lot. It took a few years to save some money, live below my means, and I was able to purchase a home at 18 years old in Ontario, which is not something you see every day, but it's possible. And I wanted to make this video to talk about it too because I was on a lower income. I moved into my house. I was making 24 bucks an hour, and I was still saving money. I was still able to put a few $100 a month away, and it was working out all right. And I wasn't working too much back then either. Um, maybe 50 hours a week, give or take, by the time I moved into the house. So I still had lots of time to renovate, to paint, to get everything sorted the way I'd liked it. And yeah, so I hope, some of you can find some value in this video. And I just wanted to put it out there just to let people know that even in 2025, it's possible for a young person to achieve something like this. It's just takes some time, takes some planning, and there's a lot of ups and downs. It's wasn't an easy process the whole way through. There was a lot of highs, a lot of lows, and you just got to ride the roller coaster, really. But if you're thinking about doing something like this, let me know. I'd love to chat with you about it. If you got any questions for me, let me know. I don't mind talking about this at all. So hit me up in the comments and we'll work something out. And I'd love to give some tips, some advice. So that's about it for now. Not the most entertaining story necessarily. It wasn't like a luck spree or nothing, but I hope you all have a great day. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you, and hopefully I can help some people out with this video. I guess that's all I really hope for, really, is some people can see this video and take some value out of it. And I just want to put some hope out there. So thanks again for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to keep posting content like this where I sit down, I chat, and just talk about what's on my mind. And we'll cover some topics related to finance, being a young adult. I'll play some games that I grew up on. So thanks again for watching, guys, and bye for now.